Hey, this is Ginger. Welcome back to the Usable Marketing Podcast. And today we're talking about traffic. So here's the thing. If you're getting traffic, if your site is getting traffic, but you're not converting the traffic, it's because of one thing. There's like a break in the story. So what that usually means to me is if you're able to send traffic to your site, like if you're able to create a hook, put it in Facebook, Instagram, search, wherever it is, but you're able to create a hook, right, that sends traffic to your site, but then your site isn't converting, it's because there's a break in the story, right? What you did is you probably were really good at like this hot headline, like, you know, whatever, is your thing broken, fix it here today, whatever it happens to be. You've got a really hot headline, you've created enough compelling thing for someone to go like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and click on that ad and I'm gonna see what's on the other side. And then you hit them with the page, whoops, sorry about that, then you hit them with the page that either one of two things has nothing to do with what you actually set the hook doing, right? So one of the mistakes that a lot of people make is they just send people to the front page of their website and the website's like all over the place, or there's too much to look at, where you kind of had this really specific hook and then you sent people to a website where there's too much to fish through and you're asking them to do work and they're like, forget it, I'm out of here, and you get a bounce. Or you had a great hook and then you sent them to your website and there's some sort of discontinuity with the way you set the hook and where they actually landed, right? And that can happen for a number of reasons. One, it can just be visually discontinuous, like maybe you need to do some things to actually just make the ad and the page resemble each other a little bit more so they know that they're in the right universe. That could be one thing. Another thing could be that you just start hammering away on the features of your product or service instead of continuing that story of why they set the hook. If you were like, hey, do you have this problem? And then you brought them over to your page and you just start hammering away on how much horsepower and the dimensions and the weight and the whatever it is that you have, but you're just hitting features. You didn't continue that, yeah, like having that problem really sucks because it means this goes wrong and this goes wrong and this goes wrong. And if you had a way to fix it, you'd be able to do this and you'd be able to do this and you'd be able to do this. And we have a thing that is able to do this because it has this much horsepower, etc. That's what I mean by you have to continue the story, right? So if you're getting traffic and you've done really well at that, I would take a really hard look at what were you saying in that ad or those set of ads that was so effective at driving traffic through. If you've got a great cost per click, that's fantastic, but if folks are coming over and they're not converting, it's kind of a waste. But what you do know, at least, is you have the ability to gain somebody's curiosity. That's at the very top of the funnel, right? We've talked about the funnel. It's like awareness, consideration, preference, and all the way down to buying. So what you had the ability to do if you're able to send traffic is you were able to create awareness and get them, at least partially, to the consider phase. I'm going to click through, I'm going to look at your site, and I'm going to consider whether this is for me. If they bail immediately, it's like you're out of the consideration set and they're moving on to the next guy. If they consider you a little bit more, then you can start to actually tell them, and this is why this is better than all these other solutions, so that they'll prefer you, right? But that consider phase is so critical, and consider is all about continuing the story from why they became interested in the first place, awareness, top of the funnel, down to the consider phase. Now, what do you have to do on your page to continue that story, to keep it within the same like vibe, et cetera, for them to continue to go down the path and get to your cart or whatever it is that you're selling? So, said this 1,000 times, if you are interested in this, this is actually really exciting. So we've been working on this for the last couple of weeks. We've been doing the One Funnel Away Challenge. We are at the end of the One Funnel Away Challenge, and we are days from launching our marketing canvas funnel. So stay tuned. Come back, right? But like in a couple of days, 2-3 days, I'm going to be sending you to the marketing canvas secret link where you can actually get all of this stuff. And it actually answers a lot of the questions we've been talking about here. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, please like, rate, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Send me a message about what you're interested in, what your questions are, so I can keep having stuff to talk to you about. And I will see you next time. Happy selling and happy